All right, hello everybody. Welcome back from your nice extended spring break. Um, it's good to be able to talk with you guys again. And I'm hoping everyone's doing well in these troublesome times, and hopefully you're enjoying this extra time away from school. Yeah, just to get things started though, we're going to just talk a little bit about expectations with the class, the online learning. This is going to be very new for everybody, even with myself. This is completely new, even though I've made like videos and done stuff on the online with Google Classroom. The way we're going to move forward with this online distance learning thing, it's going to be new for everybody. All right, so I'm just going to switch over to this PowerPoint, and if you guys are wondering why I'm looking to the side, I actually have like a two monitors going on here. So I'm going to basically be reading over your class expectations for the remainder of the year. So let me just full screen this. Ooh, it's not really full screen. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is definitely not full screen, so I don't know what's going on here. See, I'm not even sure how to work this thing either. All right, let's just click present mode. Okay, that's better. All right, so yeah, we're gonna talk about expectations for the class. It's gonna be for the remainder of the 2020 year. More than likely, even though we are supposedly going back to school in April 24th or whatever, I really don't think we're going to be heading back. This is just going to be the norm for the rest of the year, and hopefully, if things get better, we'll go back to school in the back in September. But yeah, just going over expectations. So these are gonna be expectations all for my Art 1, computer graphics, photography, and also Miss Massey's ceramics class. Okay, so expectations for the end of the year. This is going to be expectations for you guys on the online learning. Okay, so basically, it's expected that you give your best effort with assigned work. So, just like what I told you in the past, in the very, very beginning of class, effort's the most important thing to me. You don't have to be the most greatest artist, most greatest drawer. As long as you try your best, that's all I ask for. Okay, so what that entails though is you want to spend at least 30 or 40 minutes on each assignment, and I'm only gonna give about one assignment per week. Okay, but obviously if you want to spend more time on the assignments, you can, but bare minimum is 30 to 40 minutes, and it's not really asking a lot though, because every day we've been meeting for more than an hour. Yeah, but like an hour and 20 minutes. So just 34 minutes a week isn't really asking too much. And I understand that you guys have a lot of other classes going on. So it's just like what I mentioned before in the class announcements is just make sure to really learn to balance your time. Don't let the work overwhelm you. Just make sure if it's one day where you're working on your math, you're doing your math that day. English the next day you work on English, and I know it's gonna be a little more challenging for those of you that have multiple electives. So you're gonna have to figure out like one day to do for each of those electives. Okay, so you're gonna have an entire week to complete the assignment or show progress of each assignment. So, there's gonna be obviously some assignments where I want you to complete in a week, and train in what you have. Others, if we're doing something a little bit long term with like a project, You know, I just want to see like progress of, you know, what you worked on. And we're still going to keep the assignments numerical values. So, you know, it'll be like about 10 points for each assignments. And there'll also be like maybe like, you know, really small assignments where I may have you like just answer a question, just relating back to the video presentation. But, you know, it's not something that would take more than like 5 minutes. So, and also your final grade will be, your final grade for fourth quarter will count as a pass or incomplete. So they haven't really given me too many details about, you know, what's considered a pass or incomplete. You know, whether pass is, you know, doing 50 or 60%, or, you know, as long as you turn in work, you know, that's considered a pass. But, you know, I'll go into more details about that when they give more information about grades. So this is gonna be expectations for me as a teacher, because, you know, I feel like it's real important to not only understand your guys' expectations, but, you know, also understand that, you know, what you guys expect of me. But, you know, I'm gonna basically be putting, you know, one lesson assignment every Friday. Assignments will consist of making art. So when you guys are going to make your art, though, you're going to have a lot of different options with making art. You know, whether you want to like draw, do sculpture, you know, use the computer like Photoshop, Illustrator to make your art. You got like a lot of different options for you know, what I have planned for you guys. Reflective writing with you know, about your art, and or questions related to video lessons. So, you know, every week you'll have like you know, video with me you know, explaining things. So, you know, each lesson is going to be complete with a video presentations. And if you have any additional questions, always feel free to email me. So I don't know if they put office hours for, you know, wherever on the school website or whatnot, but you can just email me whenever. You know, I usually try to get back to you within a at least one day. But, you know, I always check my emails frequently for you guys. Okay, so these are probably some common questions that you guys have, and I just want to just make sure to kind of like you know, address them. And this would be like, you know, for the class and just in general. So, you know, will fourth quarter have an effect on my final grade? So basically your first, second, third quarter, that's gonna be determining your final grade, whether it's, you know, a 180 to pass, or third quarter counts as the same grade as fourth quarter. I have completely no idea. But yeah, those first 3 quarters though will determine your final grade for the class. So, you know, basically your grades are kind of like set in stone right now for the 2020 year. So this quarter won't have an effect on your final GPA, but, you know, keep in mind though, this pass or incomplete will show up on your transcript. So, you know, when colleges or when you know, other places look at your transcripts, you know, if it shows up as like an incomplete for fourth quarter, they can be wondering like, you know, why didn't they try to do the work that quarter? So, you know, as long as you have a good explanation, because, you know, I understand some people don't have computers or don't have internet at home to, you know, work on things. You know, you're just gonna basically have to kind of like give an explanation as to, you know, why you couldn't do your work for fourth quarter, especially with like schools really trying to push this online learning. I've heard that they gave away at least 800 laptops at our school. So, you know, it's kind of like no excuse now if you didn't, you know, get what you needed to get. So next question is, you know, what if I'm in multiple classes and Mr. Wan teaches, do I have to do multiple assignments? So I'm just letting you know right now, all of the assignments that I will be giving you guys, it is going to be the same from class to class. Okay, so, you know, what we're doing in Art 1, it'll be the same thing as computer graphics, the same thing as photography, same thing as ceramics. And I know a couple of you guys are in some of my you know, 2 of my classes. Like some of you guys are in my computer graphics and in my photography together. So just turn in the same assignment for both of those classes. Okay, you don't have to do you know, different work or extra work. You know, if you want to spend more time on it, you know, feel free to do that. But it'll make more sense though when I explain the assignments. will be required to use Photoshop and Illustrator for these assignments. So it's not going to be a requirement, just because some people they can't access the Adobe Suite. If you look at um, the class, I think it's like where the stream channels. I'll show you guys at the end, but there's basically a place where you can download the Adobe Suite, so you can use the Adobe programs at home on your computers. But the main issue is some of you guys may not have a powerful enough computer to work a program. I know if you grabbed a Chromebook from the school, the Chromebooks aren't powerful enough to use the Adobe Suite. I'm gonna explain some alternatives that you can do, but the first assignment though won't require you to use these programs. But it's gonna be optional though. You don't have to do it. You can do traditional drawing for these assignments. All right. Okay, but that basically just ends the expectations and just kind of like a little bit of general like what's gonna happen in this class. But again, if you have any other questions though, use my pointer thing. Just make sure to send me an email, dave.1@pgcps.org. I know some of you guys have been trying to contact me through like the private comments on Classroom. It's a lot easier if you can just email me, just because it's kind of hard for me to reply back if you don't, send me a direct email. All right. Okay, so if you guys are kind of curious about how to get the Adobe Suite on your computers, I'm going to explain it to you. So you're going to go onto Classroom. And again, this is only for my photography and computer graphics classes. So you go into Classroom. If you weren't checking your classes, you may have not seen this before. I'm going to go under computer graphics here. So you're just going to scroll down here. Look for the post that I made in March 19th. Okay, but basically these are instructions on how to get the Adobe Suite on your computer. So, basically you go on to this website here. You're gonna go use your school credentials. Make sure to click on, let me get my pointer again. I guess the pointer was for the other thing. But basically, you click on this one that says company, school account, and from there you can download the app. So you're gonna basically download the Creative Cloud app, and then within that app you're gonna be given the option of downloading like Photoshop, Illustrator, all those fun programs. And if for some reason it doesn't work, like you get like a 404 error, because I know a couple of you guys had 404 errors, make sure to go on the website using the incognito window. Okay, it's gonna look black like this. Sometimes the I don't know, something with the browser where it'll your browser will like block the website or something. So using incognito if it's not working. Some of you have told me this is working. If not, then just let me know. But yeah, basically that's how you access the Adobe Suite. And I do recommend downloading the Adobe Suite, just because it's not likely that Adobe gives out the program free to students. Obviously, whenever this pandemic is over, they're gonna like stop having the service be free online. But at the moment now it's free online. And even myself, I'm using it. I like to do drawings. I'm actually gonna do like most of the demonstrations and assignments using the Photoshop and maybe the Illustrator, but we'll see. But if for photography, computer graphics, I highly recommend it, just so you can just like mess around with it, play with it, try to like use like the stuff that we learned in class. All right, but that's pretty much it for the expectations and things that'll happen in class. All right, okay, take care.